Hey there, Switch players. I'm here today on my Nintendo Switch, a very happy gamer, because today the Nintendo Switch has given us Double Dragon. Not the NES version of Double Dragon, not the Sega Master System version of Double Dragon, which is better than the NES version, by the way. It's an actual arcade port. But the actual arcade game itself. The arcade game itself, Double Dragon. This game is so important in gaming history. One of the original beat 'em ups, the game that really put the beat 'em up on the market. Game that many of us can thank for growing to love beat 'em ups back in the day. I mean, I used to have to be driven to arcades with a pocket full of quarters to play this game. And now here it is, sitting in my house on my Nintendo Switch. Which also means I can take it anywhere I want to go. Oh, man, that is so awful. Look at her underwear. Do you see her underwear? Man, she's cute. Awful. Let's try to start this. Pow! There you go. I've had some trouble getting these games to start in the past. That is the legendary arcade opening. She gets decked. Oh my god. When you play an arcade game, the responsiveness, the sound control, the animation, even back in the day, you know it. You know it's the arcade game. You know you're in an arcade. It was just the best they could do at the time, rather than ports, which were just absolutely terrible. I'll need to make this louder so you can hear the punches and kicks. But then people might complain they can't hear me good enough. I don't know who the heck wants to hear me anyway. Should I turn up a touch? Yeah, why not? Boom. The nice thing about this is there are attacks that in the past you had to use multiple buttons to do them. Like hold two buttons together or use a controller movement and a button. Now they've assigned buttons to them to just do them. Look, like the back elbow, I believe you used to have to press punch and kick at the same time, or punch into the side or something weird like that. I don't think it had its own button, but it does now, and it's a very strong attack. I just died. What's awesome about this is it's free now. You don't understand. As a kid, the stress, like, kids today don't really play arcade games. Only occasionally, and it's just for fun. They don't understand that a time when all their favorite games were only in the arcade. And that was the only way to even get a decent experience at all. I mean, the word arcade itself, to people who grew up in the 80s and the 90s like me, it has a different meaning than kids today. Today, it's like an arcade, just a place where they have games. Back then, it was the place where that's where the games were. I mean, at home, you had crappy games. The arcade, that's where the awesome games were. And that's where your favorite games were. Let's close me for a minute. That's really what made the Sega Genesis a big success and put Sega on the map. Is that it was the first time, because arcades back then were like 16-bit and kind of going into 32-bit later in the 90s. But back when the Sega Genesis came out, Altered Beast, Golden Axe, and whatnot were in the arcade. And yeah, they were more advanced than this. But we had the NES at home, and the NES couldn't even remotely give you Altered Beast or Golden Axe. I mean, not even close. And all of a sudden, the Sega Genesis hit, and you look at the back of the box, and you know, back then we didn't have the internet and all that stuff, and you didn't even have that many gaming magazines. There was like EGM, and that was about it. So one of the ways we would learn about games is you look at the back of the box, look at the pictures. Imagine trying to make a $60 purchase, looking at 3 or 4 pictures in the back of the box. Back to my point, I remember seeing Genesis for the first time. I can actually feel seeing Genesis for the first time. Like, I can feel the wonder as the childhood version of me. And saying, oh man, I said to my friend, I hate it when they use arcade pictures on the box. I'll never forget what he said. those aren't arcade pictures. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, those aren't arcade pictures. That's what it looks like. I'm like, come on. Altered Beast looks like this here at, at home. No way. Yes, it did. So that was the first time we started to experience arcade games at home. And as the PlayStation came to be and whatnot, games at home started to become equal, if not better, than arcade games. And that began the slow demise of the arcade industry. Even though arcade games would advance tremendously after that point still. But more and more people just started playing at home. So this is an important game, and boy am I thrilled. He kicks back. Okay, that's what I keep missing. I'm thinking this is a jump kick, but no. He kicks behind. He is just whooping me hard. So I just have, this is a very special time in my life, this game, when I had to go to an arcade, get dropped off, and stand there at a machine, hoping no one else wanted to play, mind you, dumping quarters and praying to live. One of the problems with arcade games is the fact that they're engineered to take your quarters. They're engineered to kill you quickly and make you not be able to last too long, so you can put another quarter in, or the next player can put another quarter in, and that's kind of what ruins a lot of arcade experiences. So getting these games at home is interesting because we don't have that problem. The game is obviously the same game. It's still designed to really be impossible and make us die and fail quickly. But you just put another quarter and continue. So the 10-year-old me, I was born in 76, this came out in 87. The 11-year-old me that never got to finish this game in the arcade, I'm going to be able to do it for the first time now on my Nintendo Switch. And on an HD TV or in my hand. Better than it ever was in the arcade on an old fuzzy CRT monitor built into that thing. Built into the cabinet. Man, this is tough. Beat 'em ups really came a long way after this game. I remember back then it was this and Renegade. I was a big fan of Renegade. Renegade, the first level, had like there was an end to it, like the side of a building or a cliff, and you could grab people and throw them off. And just hurl them off the side, and they would splat and thud on the ground, like with the most intense thud. It was really awesome. How do I jump kick? I haven't gotten the jump kick. I'm jumping and pressing kick, and it's just not happening. Oh, there's the headbutt. One of the stronger attacks in the game. Oh, it's jump and kick that does the original back elbow. See? Jump and kick. But now it's been mapped to a button, so anyone can do it quite easily. And there's your jump kick, jump and punch, actually. I'm not really getting any consistency with it, but I'm not losing sleep over it. Let's just whoop that guy and get out of here, shall we? I need to do at least 10 minutes here. Give you guys 10 minutes of whooping. Actually, I've given you guys 10 minutes of me yapping about history in my childhood, but whatever. In the Renegade game, you can actually kneel on top of them, I believe, and pound them in the face. I'd love them to put that game out. You get down and just wham them on the face. It was really, really cool. I'm not sure where to put myself to not interfere, because I'm definitely interfering a lot. Maybe right there. How's that? I'm just gonna kick this thing. Look. I want to pick it up, not kick it. Oh yeah, I want to beat women in Leos. How inappropriate. But that's okay. I think if I can get them onto that, I always love that part, the kneeling in the face thing. I think if I can get them, I'll put quarters in by accident. That's the sound you're hearing. The L1 emulates putting quarters into the game. This runs great on Switch. I mean, it's just absolutely a perfect port of the arcade game. And by port, I mean it is the arcade game, so it's an emulation of the arcade game. But look, she's on the conveyor belt, and now she's dead. There's a train track on the side of this building. Isn't that interesting? Really? 2 more women? Because, you know, I'm not dead yet, so I gotta take my quarters. Oh, he's climbing up. Oh, it's an elevator. So cool. I wonder how far I ever got in the arcade. I'm betting not very far. I mean, having to spend quarters when you die get expensive in a hurry for a kid. I need a second player. I wish I had real-life friends to play games with. That would make my day. I would kill for that. Especially because I collect multiplayer games, and I just don't have anyone to play any of them with. I have Overcooked. Never played it. It's waiting. Any New Jersey peeps want to play with me? Let's do it. Just no one weird, please. Just kidding, I'm weird. Oh, I'm getting whooped. I want to see what's next, and then we're out of here. This was... The arcade hardware here seemed to have struggled with this level, with all the movement and different sprites on screen, because it's running slow, it feels like. And I'm just getting... Oh, I just can't, can't get past this. This is brutal. That's what I'm talking about. They want you to die, because they want your quarters. So they engineer these ridiculous levels. There's a jump kick I can't seem to get right, but I hit him there. Now, yes, you can pin up this whip. I'll start whipping some ass with that. Yes, yes. Oh no, she just had to get all crazy with her perm and her leotard, huh? And her gigantic boobs on her. See them? Bonus point, 5,000. Bonus point. Come on, Techno's Japan. Techno's with an S, I believe. So cool. Sad as it is, this is like one of my favorite games as a kid. I bet you I never got this far in the arcade. Unless maybe someone else was already there, and I dropped in a quarter to join. It's running nice and smoothly again. I think that the animation on the treadmill, the conveyor belt, and everything really stressed the hardware back then. But kudos to them. You'll notice there's only actually two different enemies here. There's the colored version and the white version of the same enemy, and then there's a different enemy variation. So the sprites are actually kind of repeats. Ooh. One of the cool things about this as well... Oh, I love the uppercut. You see the uppercut? He has to survive enough of my punches to eat the uppercut, though. I think you can make a save point and continue from where you are, so... That's pretty awesome right there. There's the bat. Give me the bat. Yeah, you get close enough, they just whoop. Where'd that thing come from? Was it even there? I didn't see it. Go away. Oh! Dead. He's dead, thanks to my nasty elbows. Kenny Florian right here. If you know who Kenny Florian is, hit my comments. I keep hitting the A button, but it's jump. Man, I just smashed her in the face. I love the hand. Come on, show me a new enemy, like a real badass, like, nasty fella. Let's whoop these guys real quick. Go a little further before we end this. I'm having so much fun. I mean, it was $8, and I'd probably only play it once or twice, but you don't understand. I would drop $5 in the arcade at one time just to play this game for a little bit and go home. And that was normal. So I have no problem dropping $8 to sit here and enjoy it at home and show it to my peeps on my YouTube channel, because we're just so spoiled these days. Again, we dropped $10 in the arcade and then go home and we had nothing. So for the $8, I get to keep the game at least. Oh, there's a hole in the ground. You see it? A knife. Get in the hole. Get in that hole. Down more. Down more. There you go. He's down. I'm gonna grab this knife. Oh, it's the big guy. Let's see if we can lure him into the hole too. So we can just walk him right into it. He's kind of stuck. Look. He's definitely tracking me, which is hilarious. Like, wherever I go, that's where he's just gonna go. Come on, big guy. I need you to fall into the hole. Ugh, love the sound. I fell in the water. No game over. I got quarters. All the quarters I want, duh. Thanks to this being the arcade. He will not fall the right way. Oh, but I will. Let's throw a knife at the guy. Or what's walking into the water. Imagine losing your quarter to walk into the water. There's the uppercut. He whipped that uppercut out right there. I have to jump over this. Imagine the horror, you just lost your money. Your actual money. You gotta jump earlier, that's the kick. That's the catch. This is the same guy. They just changed his color, but that's okay. I think the NES version has a green version of him, doesn't he? Like the Incredible Hulk or something. He is like whooping me hard. Are you kidding? Do we continue or do we stop? I mean, he throws me in the water, but I can't throw him in the water. Look, they just will not go. They will not go in the water, but I can. I'm dead. But that's okay. You guys don't know I'm a time traveler from the future. Playing this game free. Oh yeah, you heard me. $0. We're playing for free. Oh yeah, you hear that? I'm dropping quarters in. Dropping elbows too. And he's gonna throw me in the pit, where of course I can't get him. Oh, he's dead. I think the little guy will go in the pit, I think. Oh. I'm not good at the like the elbows and the headbutts and the other movements. And the classic theme song has really turned into crappy chiptunes right here. Like, just the worst. I hope they throw down a better track soon. A different background, a different gimmick. Just mix this up. I'm certain I never got this far before. Oh yeah, boulders. Oh, boulders. I remember the boulders. Cool, it rolled and did damage. Oh no, don't roll off the screen. Now what they need to do is give me my favorite arcade game of all time, which is really close to this one, and that's Golden Axe. I need Golden Axe so bad. I need to do the dragon magic and the fire magic and all that magic. I need to do it all. The home version on the Genesis was just a fantastic port. Again, at the time, unprecedented. There was just nothing like it, how well it was ported. But there's little details, little extra pieces of animation, again, in the arcade version that just didn't make it to the Genesis version because of the hardware limitations. Not for a lack of Sega's effort. They really did a great job with that. But I need the arcade version. It has to happen. I finished it I finished Golden Axe dozens of times. I finished Altered Beast about 100 times on the Genesis. A little more than 100. I stopped counting at 100. Altered Beast wouldn't hold up very well these days. But back in the day, watching him transform into a wolf, wow. That was fantastic. Again, the home version doesn't have the transformation animation. It does, but it's like a flickering, and he goes from a person to a wolf. In the arcade, he actually, his jaws came out. It was amazing. Invade the enemy base. Oh, man. By dying, I guess I should have jumped. This is turning into a first 20 minutes video, and that's okay. We got new enemies, which is super cool. He's slamming into the wall. I'm big on that. That's awesome. The headbutt's a great attack, and I just can't get it right. And again, it's because I'm recording. It's kind of tough when you're recording to get things right and do anything right, to be honest with you. It's not easy. It's probably the easiest thing in the world to do the headbutt. This guy is a pain. I'm gonna move along. It's gonna cause others to spawn, but that's okay. Oh, cause his twin to spawn, and I walk off. I walk off again by my quarters. Keeping in mind that they don't walk off, only you do. Holy cow, they're knocking me down like it's not even an effort. Alright, that's the first guy. Smashed him in the face with a couple of 1,000 elbows. Really? Some serious cheapness setting in. Boy, we didn't know how ripped we were being back in the day by these games. Yeah, sure we did. We just played anyway. I don't know about games that put lots of quarters in. Give me Rampage. Holy cow. I used to get in trouble. I'd have like a birthday party at the arcade and I'd put all my money in Rampage. Up I go. Oh, look, the moon. How fancy. So they, oh, he's throwing dynamite. We haven't seen dynamite in a while. Off he goes. He's going to climb back up. He's not even dead. That's the best part. I think he's going to climb back up. No, he's gone. We're invading the enemy base here. Oh, it's the green guy. Yes. Never seen him in the arcade. I've seen him in the home versions. This is amazing. So I didn't actually throw the rock. I just picked it up. But, oh, the whap! I just picked it up, but, the fact that he knocked it out of my hands didn't even hurt him. That's great. No, I can't do it. You've taken it from me. You stink. Sorry I can't do the jump kick for you guys. Boy, do I stink. It's probably the easiest thing. Someone in my comments can be like, duh, just do this. By them moving over, the screen scrolled a bit. I might get that rock. I'm surprised they don't want the rock. I'm surprised he doesn't pick up the rock. I need to kill these guys because they're creating a problem for me. It's too hard to focus on the green dude. Who has definitely not a reference to the Incredible Hulk by any stretch, right? Definitely not. Oh, he's done. Alright, so it's just us and him now. So, let's try the jump kick thing. Bleh. I'm jumping and pressing kick, nothing's happening. Jumping, pressing punch, nothing's happening. I think it's a combination of buttons. I'm getting tired of that attack, to be honest with you. Oh, what a buzzkill killing the little guy, the big guy before the little guy. It kind of takes a certain son. He ran away. So there you go. First 3 missions are complete. And oh wow, what a change. Some new animation. Some new gameplay elements. I mean, cheap as can be. I mean, could it get any cheaper than this? I mean, could it? Is it possible? They have some nerve taking quarters for this, I tell you that. In the arcade, I would have said, no thank you. You're not getting another dime on me. Oh, look. They're stabbing. That's it. Good enough here. There's your first 3 missions. So that's Double Dragon. There's some new enemies coming in. And some new gameplay mechanics later in the levels, which is surprising for an arcade game. I figured it would just be rinse and repeat till the end, but no. They brought moving spikes in, which I'm hoping you can hit the bad guys with. There you go. And there was even a blood splatter. Did you see it? Basically what's happening is they're trying everything in their power to take your money. Come on, but any new idea? The spikes in the ground there. Someone's bashing through the wall. Yeah, we are not fighting another one of them right now. There's just no point. Thanks for watching. That is Double Dragon, the arcade version, not the home port. Now available on your Switch. Super cool. So excited. Probably never play it again after this, but $8 well spent. If you have ever played Double Dragon in the past, you know what I mean, and you know why this is so cool. Whether or not it's worth any money in today's market. But just to sit back and play it again, all these years later, was really neat. Video gaming, it's just amazing how it stays with you for life when it's really something you enjoy. Bye!